Patrimony. That word is a word for paternal inheritance, passing the torch from father to son. This concept has been around in watchmaking for centuries, and there will always be something about watches in particular which make for powerful heirlooms. The Vacheron Constantin Patrimony range is specifically designed to last multiple generations, with a particular emphasis on minimalism, so that it will be impervious to changes in style. Well, for its 20th anniversary, the Patrimony collection has been given an old silver colour, which already looks like it's 70 years old. The new collection actually only introduces 3 watches, 2 of which are identical, but for their metals. We'll start with those, known as the Patrimony manual winding. While minimalism is their focus, the execution of these watches is anything but minimal. The classicism speaks through slender batten hands and long, elegant hour markers, but nothing escapes attention to detail. The dials are slightly convex, which draws the eye to its sweeping light dynamics. At the brightest points, the old silver tone is bright and only barely off-white. Towards the edges, the brown seeps in, making things more taupe. Although both references use pink gold for their hands and indices, the difference between the white gold and the pink gold cases makes for quite interesting colour theory. The white gold brings out more of that shining silver lustre, while the pink gold embraces the aged warmth. It's beautiful. At 39mm in diameter, they hit a middle spot which should remain attractive no matter which direction fashion turns. It's clearly not a watch from the 50s or the 60s, yet it carries all of the charm of one of them. The manually wound caliber 1440 is what powers it, with absolutely no unnecessary bells and whistles beyond the hour and minute hands. Some may say that they could have made the 42-hour power reserve bigger, but I think that the physical experience of winding the watch by hand every day or two should be an essential part of owning a watch like this. It deepens that connection. Perhaps the only sad part is that the movement is hidden behind a solid caseback, engraved only with specifications, especially because it has been awarded a hallmark of Geneva for its quality and decoration. However, if this is going to be an heirloom, well then we know exactly where you might put an inscription. Now, if such strict minimalism isn't what you want and your children, well, then there is the Patrimony moonphase retrograde date. The introduction of complications still couldn't be considered cluttered by any means, but it does create a more immediately engaging display when you check the time. Now, as the name suggests, the date function runs along the top half of the dial, then snapping back to the first when the month has concluded. Below the pinion and above 6 o'clock, the moon phase features a pink gold moon amongst a starry blue sky. Well, thankfully, this model does have an exhibition caseback to show off its caliber 2460 R31L. It's equipped with a solid 22 karat gold rotor, which tops up the 40-hour power reserve automatically, and should help continue the precise configured moon phase, which only needs adjustment once every 122 years. The increase to 42.5mm reflects its more contemporary attitude, while also allowing for enough negative space to feel traditional. So, would you consider a Patrimony to be your eternal hand-me-down? Now, prices are yet to be confirmed for these models, but based on the other colours, it should be around 36,800 Australian dollars for the Patrimony manual winding and about 82,500 Australian for the moonphase retrograde date. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, we would love you to think about subscribing to Time+Tide, and it's just the simple click of a button. I'll see you on the flip side.